Okay, Farhan bhai. Jazakallah. So you don't know who made you host, huh? Subhanallah. Okay. So let's A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Innal hamdalillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. This whole somebody is saying I didn't get link, huh? At what time today's class didn't get the link? Oh. Can somebody again share the link? Siraj bhai, can you send us link again? And I don't know, some people are still messaging me.
I've just shared.
Okay. So, in Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. So let's start inshallah today. So we'll start with the properties of ism. So we'll learn properties of ism. Okay. So actually, what we'll study in this, we'll study first of all how many properties are there, number one, number two, and in those properties actually we will try to see what is the role of ism in a sentence. For example, if there's a word ism in the sentence, what kind of role it's playing. Okay, so there are four properties. First is, it's called, in English we say status, but you have to remember in Arabic, okay, it's called marfu. Okay, marfu. Yes, hold on.
It's called Arab, right?
Yeah. Oh,
In
sorry.
that is
Sorry. I'm sorry. It's called Arab. Sorry. Jazakallah khair. It's called Arab. Yeah. In that there's a marfu. Yeah. Arab. Okay. So the status is called Arab in Arabic. Okay. Please remember this. Okay. In Arabic, Arab. So what Arab actually does is, what we try to see in this is, what's the role an ism plays in the sentence. Okay, so what are the roles? Inshallah, I will tell you. So for example, let me first of all tell you all the properties of ism, then inshallah, we will discuss one by one, and we'll be focusing on the first, and then inshallah we'll go for others. Second is, it tells us a gender. So second property is gender. What is the gender of that word? Gender means, whether it is masculine or feminine, right? In Arabic, it's called jins. Okay. So first, Arab, what kind of role the ism is playing in the sentence? Second, what is its jins? What is the gender? Is it masculine or feminine, male or female? Third, we'll see number. Number is, whether it is singular or plural. In Arabic, it's called adad. Okay. अदद, आपने ये उर्दू में सुना होगा, अदद अदद बोलते हैं ना, कितना अदद था वो, है ना? उर्दू स्पीकर्स, आई थिंक इट विल बी क्वाइट कॉमन फॉर यू. So then fourth is type. Okay, type is called kism. So there are four properties of isms. Okay, there are four properties of isms. There are four properties of ism. Just hold on. First is Arab, status. Second, gender, jins. Third, adad. And fourth, type. Just hold on. Somebody is, ringing the bell. Just hold on. sorry. So we'll be inshallah focusing first of all on the status, Arab. This Arab tells us what kind of role an ism plays. Okay, so let's actually start with the Arab. It will take us, most of our time, inshallah. Okay, almost I think 2-3 classes. Okay, so Arab is called Arab, state is called Arab. I will again copy here so that you will not miss it. Okay. Now, what actually is Arab? If I write a sentence, for example, English, write a apple. Can you please mute? Hold on. This. Okay. He ate apple. Please mute yourself, okay? He ate apple. Now, can you tell me how many isms are there in this sentence?
Two.
Okay.
He and apple.
What are those? He and apple.
Apple.
Right. Now, there are two isms, right? So let's see the role of each ism playing in the sentence. What is the role of he?
First person?
No, that's,
Subject.
I don't know. I'm not asking that.
Doer.
What's his role?
Doer.
What's his role?
Doer.
It's a doer, right? It is doing some action, right? And it is what? It is a fail. Verb, right? It's an action. And apple is actually, let me, so he actually, it is a doer, right? And it is a word's verb, right? It's not an ism, correct? And apple tells us, again an ism, it tells us details, right? What he ate apple, correct? So from this sentence, we come to know that he is a doer, which is an ism, and apple basically is again ism. It tells us the details, right? It tells us details. It answers us what the doer has done, correct? So in Arabic sentence also, we have a doer, we have a detail, right? So based on that, we will tell the status of the ism. So there are actually 3 types of status for an ism, okay? How many types? 3. Number 1, doer. It's called, in Arabic, marfu. Short form mein, people, generally call it rafa, but we'll call it in a proper manner. Marfu. Okay? So if the ism is playing the role of a doer, okay, in a sentence, it's called marfu. Okay? If it is playing the role of detail, it's called mansoob in Arabic. You have to remember these, please. Mansoob. So if it is doer, marfu. If it's a detail, mansoob. Now in the above sentence, which one is marfu? He is
He.
marfu,
Marfu.
right? It is what? Sorry, it's verb. Apple is what?
Fell.
It's a mansoob. Apple is mansoob, right?
Mansoob.
So we are only discussing about the status of the ism words. We are not discussing about the status of fail words, right? Right. So first of all, so far what we studied how to identify ism. Once we have identified an ism in the sentence, the second level of observation should be what kind of role the ism plays in the sentence. Is it a doer or is it a detail? So that thing which we which we, whatever we are trying to actually find, that's called status, right? Arab. So we will see its Arab. We'll see its Arab, whether it's a doer, marfu, or whether it is a mansub, detail, right? Now there's a third kind of Arab. It's called, if the ism is, generally in English we say after off. If the ism is coming after off, if it is coming, if the ism is coming after off, okay, I'll just a little bit make it on the code, or it is followed by harf jar. That yesterday, I gave you a little bit introduction. So if there's an ism in the sentence, it can be either doer, marfu, or it can be detail, mansub, or the ism will be coming after off. Like, for example, if I say book of Allah, let's say, for example, let me, I'll write one more sentence. He read book of Allah, right? Or he, the best word is he studied, okay? He studied book of Allah. Now, how many isms you are finding here in this sentence?
3 ism.
Three. He, book, and
Book
Allah,
and Allah.
right? Now, what is he here?
Doer.
It's a doer, right?
Doer.
It is doer. So I'll write it's marfu. Okay, it is marfu. Correct. What is book here?
Nasab, Mansub.
Book is a detail, right? So I'll tell here, I'll just write for yours, is doer. Book is detail, right?
Mansub.
Mansub. Okay. Mansub. Now, off, leave it. Off actually does not exist in Arabic. So we will not discuss about off. Okay. It does not exist in the Arabic. Now, then there is a Labzu Jalala, Allah. Allah. So this Labzu Jalala Allah, it's coming after off, right? It's coming after off. So what is the status? That status is called, okay, I didn't write it here. This states, and it's called Majroor. Okay, Majroor. So third status is Majroor. If the ism is coming after off, or it is followed by harf jar, then it's called Majroor. So how many status you have found so far?
3.
Marfu, Mansub, and Majroor. And this is actually the part, these are parts of the Arab. Okay, so there are 4 properties of isms. First is Arab, status. Second, gender. Third, number. And fourth, type, qasam. Status tells us, or the Arab tells us, what kind of role an ism plays in the sentence. So role means whether it is a doer, or is it a detail, or is it coming after off, or is it followed by harf jar. Correct? And we have given the example, like the best example here. He studied book of Allah. He is an ism, book is ism, and Allah is ism, and he is a doer. So this ism is, what role it is playing in the sentence? Doer. So it's called marfu. And the book is playing a role of detail, right? It does detail, right? What he did is he read some, he studied book, correct? It's detail. And Allah is one more ism coming here, so it is majroor. It's coming after off. Okay, it's majroor. So far clear? Any confusion? Any doubt?
No.
Are you getting everything?
Yes.
Or is difficult? Okay. So if you have any questions so far, just please ask. Otherwise, inshallah, we'll proceed forward. Now, if we do a little bit, more practice, on this, you can, write more sentences, right? Um, and try to find marfu, mansub, and majroor in English sentences. It is very easy because we all know English language. We know, from just looking at the sentence, we can understand who is doer, who is detail, what's coming after off. Okay. The question is, how will we try to find this thing in Arabic sentence? We don't know an Arabic sentence, right? Arabic words. We have no understanding of vocabulary. So how will we try to find whether some word or ism is marfu or mansub or majroor, right? That inshallah I will teach today. Okay. So in Arabic, okay, we will try to see how the word ends. So, right, it will be based on ending sounds. So let me actually make you, we'll create a big, good table here. So generally, when a word comes, right, in a sentence, it will come sometimes singular, right? Or sometimes it will come as a dual, or sometimes it will come as a plural, right? Now, to tell the status, whether it is marfu or mansub or majroor, we will see how this word ends. What are the ending sounds? What are the ending sounds? Based on ending sound, you will be able to understand whether word is marfu or mansub or majroor. Okay, that I'm inshallah teaching you here right now. So if the word is singular, okay, and if it ends with the sound un or o, un or o. So if the word is singular and if it ends with the sound un or o, sometimes word will be having tanween un, or sometimes word will be having simply o sound. Then its status is its Arab is marfu. Its Arab is marfu. Then it is acting what? It's acting as a doer. Now you will be able to appreciate the sounds of the Arabic words in Quran. That's why sometimes it is o sound, sometimes we have a sound, sometimes we have a sound. And if we did some mistake, we made o sound, a sound, the status changes. Okay. So if the word is having un sound at the end or o sound at the end, and it's generally singular, generally singular words will have this kind of sound un or o, okay, then it is marfu. So example, if you see here, I'll give you example. Example is muslimun, or I can write simply muslimu. Okay, muslimu. So if you have words like muslimun un or muslimu u sound at the end, then the word is marfu. It's a doer. So far clear? Okay. That is for singular. If the word is dual, okay, then it ends with any sound. If it is marfu, okay. So if the word is dual and it ends with the ani sound, so dual words, dual ism, okay, whenever they end with ani sound, so ani sound means you will first of all understand two things. It is dual, number one, and it has what status? Marfu. So it's a doer. Doer. So like example, I'll say here. Muslimani. Muslimani. So Muslimani, how many Muslims are there? Musliman is, it means one Muslim. Muslimani means two Muslims. So if the word is like this, Muslimani, ani sound at the end, it's marfu and it's dual. Okay. Third, if it is plural, then it ends with una sound. If it is marfu. Okay. So far clear? So example, I'll write same, we'll take the Musliman word. Muslimuna. 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 Okay. So if you have sound like Muslimuna, una sound at the end, the word is plural, okay, plus it is having what status? Marfu, it's doer. So far clear? Any confusion here?
No.
Okay.
No.
So words ending with un sound or o sound or ani sound or una sound, they're all marfu. So words ending with un, o, ani, una. So un generally or o, it will generally and for this ending sound is for what? Singular words. And ani, it is generally for dual. So and una is for plural sound, right? So if you just look at the word, so if I give you, for example, any word, now if you do a little bit of practice in the Quran, for example, I give you a word like in the Quran, muflihun. Muflihun. So first of all, you identified it as ism because it's starting with meme. Okay, let me write it here. Let me write it here. So if I write like, for example, word like this, muflihun. Muflihuna. Okay. Now, first thing what you did is you identified it's an ism because it's starting with meme, right? So, and also, if I tell you what is the Arab, what is the status of this word, you will tell me it's marfu because it's ending with what sound? Una sound. And also you will come to know this is a plural also, right? Una, right? Muslimuna means many Muslims, right? It means Muslims, plural. So far clear? So any word having sound with un or o or ani or una, these are the sounds for marfu status, right? So if we create a table here for your so we will write here Arab. Arab means status, okay? Arab. Then you have a word here. When you have word singular, wahid in English, Arabic, singular, okay? Then you have dual, then you have plural, okay? Now, if you have Arab marfu, right? If you have Arab marfu, so how will it end? In singular, what sound? What sound? Yes,
Un.
un or o. Un or o sound. O, o, right? Dual में ani, plural में una. Okay, and this is for generally this is the word which is masculine. For feminine, it will be different. Okay, then inshallah I will teach you. And this table is for masculine words. Masculine. Okay, masculine isms I can say. Okay, so like Muslimun is a masculine. So if I give you the word Muslim, I tell you to make it marfu the singular, you can say Muslimun or Muslimu. So I'll write example here also for your understanding. I hope I'll be able to write on here. Okay, anyway, it's going down. So example we can give here, same. I will copy from there. So Muslimun or Muslimu, okay. Here, Muslimani. Then Muslimuna. So Muslimun or Muslimu, Muslimani and Muslimuna. Okay, so far clear? Okay. Now, if the Arab is what? Mansub. If the Arab is Mansub, how will the word end? Then the ending sound will be like this. If it is singular, then an or a sound. A, fatah. So this is called actually dhamma sound. Marfu, singular, dhamma sound. Okay, this is called fatha. So, zabar, right? A sound. So in case of Muslimun and Muslimu, what will it sound? Can you tell me?
Musliman.
Musliman
Muslima.
or Muslima. Okay, Musliman or Muslima. Musliman or Muslima. Everybody getting?
Yes.
Okay. So if it is mansub and if the word is singular also, then the ending sound will be an or a, right? And you will also come to know from that that it's a singular also. So mansub tells us details. So the word is acting as a detail. In this case, the word is acting as a doer, right? Okay. Now in case of dual, it will be aini sound. Aini. Aini. Okay. So how will it look? It will be like this.
Muslim.
Muslimaini. 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 So two Muslims again. Two Muslims. Muslimaini. Two Muslims. So its status is what? Mansub. It's not doer. It's detail. And if it is plural, then we have ina sound. So if it is plural and mansub, if it is mansub and plural, then ina sound. So what will be? How will it sound? Muslimun. Muslimina. Okay, Muslimina. Like in Quran, you'll also see mu'minina, right? Muslimina. So Muslimaini, Muslimina, ina sound. So far clear? Any confusion? So if you have word marfu singular, then o sound or on sound, ani if it is dual, and una if it is plural, then it is a marfu. So if it is sounding like an or a, then it is mansub. Or if it is sounding like aini, it's again mansub but dual. And if it is sounding like ina, it is again mansub but plural. So far clear? Any confusion here? So we'll add one more row here. So what is left now?
Majroor.
Majroor. Okay. So if a word is majroor, how will it end? What is left? What sound is left? Can you tell me? Damma ho gaya,
In and
fatha,
E.
fatha,
In,
fatha ho
in,
gaya, then
in,
what?
Kasra.
Kasra. Kasra, right? In sound.
min,
In sound.
In or I. In or I. In or I. So example is, can you give me example?
Muslimin,
Muslimin or Muslima. Muslimi, sorry. So Muslimin. So no, Muslimin or Muslimi. Muslimin or Muslimi in sound, right? And in case of dual and plural, if the word is dual and plural and its status is majroor, it's actually same here. Little bit, you'll be getting a little bit confusion here, but based on the context, actually you'll come to know whether it is majroor or mansub. Now, if it is dual and plural, the word will end with aini and ina if it is majroor also. So like mansub, the majroor words, if it is dual or plural, it will also have same sound, aini or ina. Now question is, how will you be able to distinguish it? Inshallah, when you learn, for example, if the Muslimaini, for example, I'll give a simple example. If the Muslimaini, word Muslimaini is coming after the harfi jar ala. Okay, for example, if I say like this, ala Muslimaini. ala muslimaini. Now you know any word coming after harfi jar ala. Okay, just ala. Sorry, just hold on. Any word coming after harfi jar like ala, coming after ba, coming after ila, that I will teach you inshallah. Right? If it is followed by these harfi jar, then the word is what? Majroor.
It will
So
be
it is
the
sounding like
kasra.
Muslimaini, the same as Mansoob, but you can understand here this is actually coming after harfi jar. Or if I say, like, for example, this simple, I'll give you one more example. That was one thing. If I write Book of Allah, no, not Books of Allah. You say Books of Allah, not Books of Allah. Now just hold on. What did I write? You can write
Soldiers of Allah.
Muslims, yeah. Muslims, two Muslims, I'll write. Two Muslims. How will I write? The two Muslims should come. Of two Muslims. Book of two Muslims. So in Arabic, I will write like this. I will write Kitabu Muslimaini. Kitabu Muslimaini. So book of two Muslims, right? So here in Arabic, where I not taught you, how off will come in between here. Okay, inshallah, you will be, a little bit, it will be a little bit tough here for you to understand. Just focus on the English sentence here. Book of two Muslims, right? Book of two Muslims. So the two Muslims is Muslimaini in Arabic. So as these two Muslims are coming after off here in English, so this is actually these two Muslims actually Muslimaini word, though it is sounding like mansub also, but it is majroor because it's coming after off. Now, how will you identify whether it's off there in this sentence, in this fragment? That I will inshallah teach you. There's a concept called mudaf ilay. Okay, so one thing, any word followed by ala, any word followed by ala, ila, hatta, those kind of harf majroor, jar, are always majroor. Okay, so if it is muslimin, ala muslim, one singular Muslim, so ala muslimin aega. If it is dual, ala muslimaini, and if it is plural, ala muslimina. So any word followed by these harf jar are what? Majroor, and any word coming after off are also majroor. How they will come as after off in Arabic, that inshallah I will teach you. So I was actually not trying to remove the confusion here. Sometimes you may get confusion. You will have word like muslimaini, muslimina. Now whether to say it is mansoob or majroor, it's a confusion, right? But you will tell it based on the context. So if it is coming after harfi jar like ala, ila and all, so it is what? Majroor. If there is no harfi jar or it's not coming after off, then it is simply mansoob, right? Same case in the plural case, muslimina or muslimina here. So let's revise a little bit. So if the word is marfu and it is wahid, its ending with sound is un or o. If it is dual, its ending sound will be ani, and if it is plural, ending sound is una in case of marfu status. So marfu means doer. So if it is mansoob, detail, then the sounds in the singular will be an or a, in dual aini, or in plural ina. In case of majroor, the wahid will have what kind of sound? In or a, singular word. Wahid means singular. Or dual will have aini and plural will have ina. In Arabic, dual is called isnan. Okay, and plural is called jama. If you are not right now able to memorize, no problem, don't worry. Now, if I give you a simple one, Arabic sentence, for example, I will write like this. وقتل داوود جالوت. Okay. Now, can you tell me in this sentence, Arabic sentence, how many isms are there?
Two.
Yeah.
Two.
What are those?
Dawood and Jalut.
So Dawood and Jalut. Because you know these are names, right? You have understood and learned in the Quran, right? Now, if you see the word katala, wa, leave it. Wa is just a conjunction. Katala, it does not have any indication of ism, right? It is not starting with al. It's not ending with tanween. It's not ending with tamarbuta and all that, right? So it's not ism. Then we'll go to the next word, Dawudu. We know this is a name. Jalut is also a name, right? Now, we identified how many isms? 2 isms we identified so far. Dawood and Jalut. So next is what? We will try to find its properties. And in the properties, we have actually studied so far only one property. That's called Arab. And Arab tells us what role an ism plays in the sentence. Is it a doer? Is it a detail? Is it coming after off? Or is it coming after a harfijar? Ala, ila, and all that, right? So if it is doer, then it's called marfu. If it is detail, then it's called mansub. If it is coming after off, or if it is coming after a harfijar, then it is what? Majroor. Now, then we have studied if the word is marfu, how it ends at the end, right? How it's, what are the ending sounds for the word when it is marfu, right? In case of singular, in case of dual, in case of plural, right? So if the ending sound is un or u, in case of wahid, then it is marfu. If it is ani, in case of dual, then it is marfu. If it is una, in case of plural, then it is marfu. If it is an or a sound, in case of singular, then it is mansub. Aini, then it is dual and mansub. And if it is ina, then mansub and plural. If it is in or I, then it is majroor. If it is aini and ina, again, it is majroor. So now, Dawudu, what kind of sound it has?
Doer.
Two sound.
Mansub.
So what is Dawood? So what is Dawood here?
Mansub.
So what is the status of Dawood?
Mansub.
Doer, right? So in Arabic, you will say marfu. We'll say marfu. So Dawood, the status of Dawood word is, it is marfu. It's a doer. It's doer. Or you can say in Arabic, it's marfu, right? So remember this in Arabic only. So it's marfu. Very good. Now what about Jalut? What is the status of Jalut?
Detail, mansub.
Mansub. It's detail, right? Very good. It's detail. It's mansub. Okay. So Dawood is doer, Jalut is mansub. Okay. Qatala means to kill. Qatala means to kill. Right. Now tell me, how will you translate this sentence?
Dawood killed Jalut.
So we'll start from the doer. Always an Arabic sentence starts with doer, marfu. The Arabic sentence always starts with marfu. If it is, especially jumla ismiya, right? And here there's a jumla failure, though it is jumla failure, okay, don't worry. But even in jumla failure, if this is a huwa version of the fail mazi, I'll tell you inshallah later on, don't worry. So generally, in general cases, Arabic sentence will start with, you will start translating it from marfu, right? Marfu. Now you will say, because marfu is a doer, right? So you will say here, Dawood killed What? Jalut. Now imagine it's actually in the Quran, right? The verse of the Quran. Now imagine if you read, if you read this ayah like this, وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودَ جَالُوتُ. If you read it like this, وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودَ جَالُوتُ. What will be the meaning?
Jalut killed Dawood.
Then Jalut became doer. Then Jalut became doer. Correct? And one more thing, as I mentioned last time, in last class, that Arabic sentence, it's not a sequential sentence. You see, it's starting from here, right? It's not starting from here. It's starting from here. Even if I interchange the words, it does not have any effect. If I say like this, Dawood, I remove it here, I will put it the last. I write Wakatala Jaluta Dawood. Did the meaning change? Did the meaning change? What is the meaning? Again, can you translate again?
No meaning.
No meaning change. So I can still say I had to start from marfu because doer is the marfu is a doer, right? I had to start from doer, right? So I'll say Dawood killed Jalut. That's it. Or I can say even I can put Dawood before also. I can write the Dawudu katala Jaluta. Dawood killed Jalut. That's also correct. So by interchanging the words in Arabic sentence, it does not change the meaning because Arabic sentence is not sequential. Subhanallah. So this is the beauty of the Arabic language. Now you try to do it like in English. If you suppose do one thing like this, you write like this, kill first and then Dawood second and Jalut third. Does it make any sense? It is not. And if you say like Jalut, then Dawood, then killed, it will become like a bogus sentence. In case of Arabic, it does not matter because we know in Arabic we had to find the status of the word, right? And then it translates accordingly. Generally, we start from marfu. Now, so far you have understood if if the word ends, how the word ends, and it tells us the ending sound of the word tells us what role the word plays in the sentence, and we are only discussing about the ism. So how the ism ends in the sentence, it will tell its role. Now in the Quran, inshallah, what you do is in this week, take again these 20 verses of the Quran, of the Surah Baqarah. Now try to, first of all, you will try to identify what? Ism. Number one. Number two, you will try to identify the Arab of the isms. Arab means status, what kind of role it's playing. So whether it is marfu or whether it is mansub or majroor. So how will you try to identify that? Based on the ending sound. If it is ending with un or o, it's marfu. If it's ending with aini or ina sound and followed by ala, okay, then you can. Now how will you, for example, sometimes it will be after off also. Now what you will write in the assignment, when you have words like aini or ina, you write in the assignment either mansub or majroor based on the context. That should be the answer. Either mansub or majroor based on the context. Because you right now you don't know much, so that's why you write like that. So either mansub or majroor. Now in case of if you have word ending with like ani or una, it's marfu. So is it easy for you to do it, or you want me to spend more time on this? Yeah, somebody say if you remember Muslim chart, it will be easy. Yeah, of course. So that chart you have to memorize. So what you will do is, for example, if you are getting a little bit confused while doing assignment, go to this chart. So just map it. Is the word sounding like Muslimun or Muslimu o sound, or is the word like sounding like Muslimani ani sound or una sound, right? An or a sound, Muslimaini. So this chart, if you remember, he's right. You will inshallah be able to, do the assignment. Now, let me actually, for your benefit, I just want to spend a little bit time on, hold on. Two, 3 minutes. I just want to start here with the assignment so that will be easy for you. Okay. Now, do you have app with you? Oh, what is this saying? Problem. Now let's take the example of this Surah Baqarah. Okay. Now can you see here, Alif Lam Mim, Zalikal Kitabu, Al Kitabu. Are you able to see the screen? Or I'm not sharing it. Okay, just hold on. I'll do one thing. I will.
Not able to see. Still in Word. Word only.
Okay. Are you able to see now?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Now, here if you see Alif Lam Mim, Zalikal Kitabu. The first ism we have identified, Al Kitabu, because it's starting with Al. Now, what is the status of this?
Marfu.
Marfu, because it's ending with O. Okay, now Hudan. What? Unsound. Mansoob. Now, Lil Muttaqina. I told you, Lil Muttaqina is Lam plus Al Muttaqina. So, Al Muttaqina is what sound ism? So, what is the status of it? Al Muttaqina.
Majroor.
It is so for you. It can be either Mansoob or Majroor, right? But here it is after Lam, after Lam of Harfi Jar. So it is Majroor. Now you minuna is okay. This is fail. Now bil ghaibi. It is ba plus al ghaibi. Al ghaibi is the word. So how it is ending? A sound. So what is the status? What status?
Majroor.
Majroor. So like that. As-salata here. As-salata. It's ism starting with al. So what is the status? It is having a sound. A sound, right? A sound. Correct?
Mansoob.
Mansoob. So like that, inshallah, you will, do the assignment. Now, are you able to see this Word document?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let me actually today expose you one more Quranic gem. Okay. This is Surah Nahl, chapter number 16, verse number 96. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ma indakum yanfadu. Wama indallahi baqin. So this is the thing, we will try to study. So this is here yanfadu. This is baqin. Okay. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ma indakum. Whatever is with you, yanfadu. It will, vanish. It will finish. Right? It will khatam ho jayega. Wama indallahi. Whatever is with Allah, baqin. It will, remain. It will be forever. Now tell me, this baqin, is it ism or fail?
Isam.
Ism. Why? Why is ism?
Tanween.
It's ending with tanween. Correct? It's ending with tanween. So it's ism. Now yanfadu. Yanfadu. Is it ism or fail? Does it have any indication of ism? Yanfadu. It's not starting with al, it's not having tanween, it's not ending with tamar, buta and all that. All the properties of ism, whatever we studied so far, it does not apply here. So it's not ism, it is fail. Now, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, He said, when whatever is with you, it is going to be finished. So He used the word here, verb, yanfadu. He didn't use it as a ism. Okay, so the word, ism word could have been like nafadan, right? Or nafadan. But he used simply verb here, yanfadu. But when he said whatever with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he used word what? Ism. He didn't use yabku. Yabku also means to remain. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose the word what? Ism word, baqin. Can you see the difference now? Tell me. Can anybody explain me this thing?
Ism has more conviction and that permanent.
Yes, so ism basically is having more conviction. Not only that, ism is permanent, right? It is not stuck in time, while as fail is temporary. It's stuck in time. So whatever is with us, it is temporary. Allah said yanfadu. So you see, He used the word what? Fail, temporary. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said whatever is with Allah, He used the word ism, baqin. And by using simply it as an ism, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us whatever is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is permanent. Subhanallah. Can you see the precision of words here? Can you imagine that a human being can write like this? Here he will use verb and here he will use ism. And by that, making this ism, and he tells us that it is something having different implications. Remarkable, marvelous. Precision of words. Subhanallah. If you just translate this in English, You will not find in this kind of, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it. You will get the meaning. You will get whatever is with you, it will remain, and whatever is Allah, it will be everlasting. And simply translation, you will never get style how Allah said it. So Allah did not say, Oma indallahi yabqa. Allah did not, he didn't say like yabqa, right? He said bakin. He used ism here. By this style, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it clear for us, to us, that whatever is with Allah, it is remaining forever, and it is certain, and whatever is with you, it is simply, it's temporary. It will remain there for a few years, then you will die, gone. Today you are crorepati, tomorrow you will die, and that's gone. All your wealth and all gone, fame, everything. But whatever is with Allah is bakin. SubhanAllah. This, this verse itself, and this verse should convince us, give us full certainty that whatever we do in this worldly life, days and nights we spend in this worldly life, it is yanfadu. It is yanfadu. It is simply stuck in time. It is going to be finished. You will not have. It is not bakin. So whatever deeds we do, whatever we struggle we do for the sake of Islam, for the sake of Deen, how much mehnat we do, wama indallahi bakin. That is remaining bakin. That is the thing. So what now for a common, if we have a little bit common sense, right? For, even for little bit common sense can tell us, make us think that why should I spend most of the time here? Yanfadu, right? It's going to be finished, right? Subhanallah. So any questions so far? Then we'll inshallah end up the session.
This bakin here is majroor, na?
No, it is not majroor. I'll tell you why. So don't worry about that. So it's ism right now here. Okay. This word is different kind of word. Okay. Though it is having one more letter at the end, like, so that is missing right now. So that is different. Right now you'll be, trying to find it as a majroor, but it's actually not majroor. Okay. But it is ism. Okay. So basically, there is some more letter associated with that word, which is omitted here. Okay. So what they do when they omit that last letter of this word, and they put tanween here. Okay. So that's why you feel it like majroor, but it's not. Don't worry. This is advanced little bit, but one thing is clear. It is ism. Okay. It's ism.
Yes. What's the meaning of remaining line?
What's your question?
Meaning of remaining line. Wala najziyanna.
Yanfadu, it means it will finish. It will be
remaining line meaning translation. Wala najziyanna alladhina sabaru.
Okay. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Wala najziyanna allazina sabaru. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will surely. This is a verb. Najziyanna is basically, verb. So Arabs, in Arabic, if you put lam in the beginning of the verb, and you end with anna, known tasdeed sound, it brings actually it makes it strongest. It creates strongest emphasis. Okay, on the word. So how will it translate? If it is simply najzi, then it means we will grant or will reward. But if you put lam in the beginning and noon tasdeed at the end for this verb, it means, and surely we will reward those who remain patient. Okay. Ajrahum bi ahsani, and their reward will be beautiful, best. Ma kanu ya'malun, whatever they used to do. Subhanallah. You can imagine, what kind of, certainty, first of all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this bakin here, one kind of certainty here, one kind of emphasis here. In the same ayah, Wama indallahi bakin, whatever with Allah is eternal, is certain. And wala najziyanna allazina, and surely we will reward those who remain patient. Ajrahum, what kind of ajr will be? Bi ahsani, beautiful. Ahsan is a beautiful, not hasan, the most beautiful, most best thing. Ma kanu ya'malun, whatever they used to do. Okay. So this kind of translation you will not get normal translation. Okay, unless and until you know Arabic, then only you'll be able to understand what najziyanna means. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not say, if you read the translation of this verse, you'll simply find we will reward. That's it. But actually it is we will surely reward. Now what is the difference if I write I will help. This one sentence, and then I will write, I will surely, surely, surely help. What's the difference? If I say, I will help you, and then I will say, I will surely, surely, surely help you.
Yeah, the second one, you're being impactive and or stressful.
It's huge, right?
Sure,
It is
sure, for
yeah.
certainty.
Yeah, the highest certainty, right? But translation you will not find this. They will say simply, I will help you or surely help you. Like in this case, naziyanna, we will reward you. We will show maximum. We will say we will surely reward you. But actually, it is will surely, surely, surely reward those who remain patient. Okay. So you can see here the precision of words. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala use something in Islam, it's not like it's random. There's a hikmah behind it. There's a precision behind it. Okay, so every word in Quran, its placement is miracle. It is precisely put there. There's a huge hikmah for the word to be somewhere in some place. Okay, in Quran. So this is the today's Quran gem. I hope that you understood this, and inshallah we will then meet next week. So kindly do the assignment if you find difficulty. So today's lecture was okay. You understood?
Yes.
Any question?
Alhamdulillah.
Any confusion?
No. Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
No, Alhamdulillah.
Okay. Inshallah, I will show these notes to you. I'll make it a little bit more readable. Okay. Inshallah, I'll send across, and we'll also show this one. Send the recordings of this lecture. Inshallah, and please go through it if you have any confusion and all. So ping me at any time if you if you find it difficult. Inshallah. ठीक है ना? ठीक है. So let's wind up. Subhanallahi wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum Assalam.